This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Before I actually pan the camera to Arjun Kapoor, stay on me, don't move. The big secret. So, 3 times before Arjun and me have set up to meet, and he never came for any of my interviews. I just stood there, waiting, lonely, alone, like lost in the woods.
At home.
And he never ever came. So Arjun, I'm going to start by finding out मैंने क्या किया है. मतलब 3 times before you and me promised we'll meet, and you never came for any of those talks.
I'll give you about 5 seconds. You can reconsider what you just said and speak the honest and absolute truth.
Are you going to
Are you
going to take your jacket off or something
No,
after
nothing.
that?
I will just give you that cold, grumpy stare I gave all your colleagues when they came and said, "Oh, this time he could not make it.
So
this time he could not make it. Oh, he's not well this time." So our meeting has been like a romantic saga.
I know.
And this is the culmination.
But they say the weight makes it all that much better. So is this any better?
From my experience, the weight didn't make it any better. Of that 150 kilos, the weight is never good. I'll tell you in about half an hour once we're done if the weight was worth it.
The rest of the weight was better. Okay. All right. So let's get down to the first part of it. You're here, of course, for launching of the Honor phone.
Yes.
But before I get down to that, I have to ask you a question which now I think is running in everybody's mind. So Arjun Kapoor, the online and on-screen persona, doesn't come across as too techie. But in the last year or year and a half, you've done more techie stuff in terms of brands, in terms of phone launches, in terms of product, brand ambassador, than I think anybody else I can think of. So where do we put this? Is this more or less just pure fluke, or are you acting very well that you're a techie? Why are people coming to you?
I think it's an amalgamation of both. Inherently, if you have an awareness, then you get excited by the opportunities presented and you say yes. Like any kid growing up, my awareness has grown with time as India has evolved with technology. I think I've been part of that tribe and that herd which has found relevance with the internet. Is like, आज सुबह हम उठ के paper नहीं पढ़ते, लेकिन we use the internet to check what's happened. So I'm part of that breed. I'm part of that new age where technology is a matter of fact for us. So it wasn't like I've intended to plan my life to become a tech geek or a freak. It's been there in normal consumption like most people have. Okay. My films have not allowed me to explore that, primarily because I'm normally playing a ruffian who can barely afford a phone or a trimmer.
Or the North Indian ruffian.
Yeah, typically. It's so cliched, it's cool now.
It's strange. Why would they think of you as that, really?
But I don't know. I mean, I just have my surname to thank for it, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty much the problem with my films. But thankfully, the brands kind of realize, also joining Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram kind of makes people realize, okay, he's using technology. And I'm a film geek. So films and technology really go hand in hand in that sense. I mean, whether it's, I ended up buying my first Blu-ray player before anybody else had it. I've had a huge collection of Blu-rays. I keep updating in terms of whatever I have in terms of technology, whether it's been my phone or the iPad, whatever it is, you keep updating.
So you would say that tech is something that you live with all day. So you are as typical as anybody else at this age and this thing.
Correct.
You're way, way, way spread into the world of tech, right?
Yeah.
In every which way. So then I think there's no real, non-sync out here that you're getting a lot of tech stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also enjoy it. You get to learn so much more with every new
technology. But are you the kind of
technology.
person that upgrades almost everything like a phone every 6 months?
No. I also believe in sustainability and staying with something that sticks. So you have to find the balance.
Not in everything in life. only in gadgets, right?
Primarily, yeah.
Okay, let's get down to what we're really here to talk about. So we have a phone that we've been actually talking and teasing on the show for a few weeks. You just launched it off. Yes. You had a very interesting press conference right now. So tell me a little bit about what's the attraction about this phone that made you say, yes, this is something I will do. What's so great about this particular product?
See, primarily when you look at brass tacks of a phone, it's about the calling and the messaging and just staying in touch. Now what's happened with the phone is there's been an evolution where your phone is everything. You're nothing without your phone, and you use your phone more than you talk to people. This phone has a guaranteed battery life of 3 days, which is unheard of, even with most other brands if you compare it to 3 days of battery time for somebody like me, personally I can say, is like godsent.
Holy Grail, huh?
Yeah.
You've hit the Holy Grail.
Yeah, it is.
Of phones at least.
And I'm sure it's for you. It's for everybody. It doesn't
battery
matter.
life, they say the two most frustrating things to do with your mobile phone. network and dropped calls and battery life. That
Yeah.
is 1 and 2, depending upon any day of the week.
And now the network bit you can bear with because you have Wi-Fi wherever you go, so you can still manage to have some communication and still be busy on your phone. But you need battery to be busy on your phone. The worst part for anybody is to find a charger or carry a portable charger or try and find a connection to charge your phone. So for me, that really stood out. Three days of battery life, 72 hours. Of course, I'm not such a photo freak by nature, but I know India has evolved into loving taking photos, primarily selfies. It's the new autograph.
You're saying you're not into taking selfies?
I'm not. People want to take selfies with me. It's just, it's one of those.
Okay.
Selfies have become the new autograph.
Yeah, it is. And isn't it so much better? I mean, you actually don't have to think how many times you have to write "Love Arjun Kapoor," right?
Yeah, because I'm so lazy, I'd rather take a selfie than
Quickly.
sign. I agree with that completely. It's something that everybody likes to do now. And it's not about meeting an actor. It's just, even when you're in a group, you will take selfies. It's whatever you want. At the Oscars now, they take a selfie. So, it's
Well,
gone
at
into
funerals, you take selfies. So, there is this whole world
people
where...
in the bathroom take selfies of what they're doing also. And
Really?
So,
Okay, your social circle and mine, a little different then.
No, now it's available online. No? You can just go on Twitter and you've seen people taking selfies in the bathroom also. But yeah, it's those two factors are there.
Okay.
That pretty much comprises of, they've got a fantastic camera on it. I mean, it's got panoramic, vertical and horizontal. We've seen horizontal, they have a vertical. So it's a paparazzi's dream actually. They can click me while I'm not looking.
Yeah, even you have no idea. You think you're out of frame and they
But I'm
still
still
get
in
you,
frame.
right? Because you have to be a little bit more careful now. So a lot of other things like they spoke about the fact that it's very sturdy and robust. They
Yes.
shot the phone. I mean, end of the day, so we wouldn't call it bulletproof, but at least airgun proof, right? So that's interesting. The optics are interesting. But I think the other part, which you and me were discussing off camera right now, was that they bring in a phone that pretty much is almost flagship level, but the price point is very aggressive. So do you think this is really the way to move forward to do real value for money?
I think value for money is the key for anything that you want to purchase as a consumer today. You want to see what's the maximum you get out of spending money. I don't think Indians by nature are all that spendthrift. So they will not just go out on a limb because they like a brand alone. They need to see quality within the brand. And the features that they have, I mean, the list is endless in that sense. I can go on and on, but that'll get very geeky, and that's your job, not mine.
Yeah, I'll do that part.
But it gives you value for money. Both the phones do. Okay. And at 10,500, the 4X is really, really value for money. I mean, I can easily say that's in today's working class mindset. If they have to change a phone today, they can easily consider this phone as great stiff competition for anything available out there in the market. And it's got the cameras, it's got the battery life, it's unbreakable to a great extent. Like you said, they did the bulletproof test, which is the air gun test. It gives you everything you need in a phone. And the interface is really easy to use. So it really is valuable.
So you seem to be impressed with the phone,
yeah,
right?
otherwise I wouldn't have feel
You
it.
wouldn't.
I
Okay.
would.
All right, so now let's get down to one or two of the things which is not to do with the phone, right?
Oh.
So let's find out a little bit about you. Yeah, okay, I'll do the rest of the geeky part. I'm going to review these phones in extreme detail, right? Yeah. So let's find out. So just again off camera, we were speaking that you're actually on a break. So besides doing things like grilling at home and roasting in stadiums, other than that,
don't give me a mic and a stage. I'm capable of anything.
Yeah, right. So we won't. We'll just let that to be the next roast too. But besides all of this, a long break like the kind that you're on right now, is that something that you were planning for? It's very unconventional to do it, especially since you're having a pretty good run right now.
I've never been conventional, nor with my looks, nor with my decisions, and definitely not with the films I've done also. I'm unlike any of those films characters that I've played. This break was self-created to a great degree. I've been working for 3 years non-stop. And by non-stop, I don't mean to sound that nobody else does it, only I do, but in our profession, you do get drained, you get exhausted. There's a saturation you reach, and the audience also reaches. I've given 4 films in the last 14 months. From Gunde to Tevar, there's been...
It's actually the releases, actual
14th Feb was Gunde, 18th April was 2 states, 12th September was Finding Fanny, and 9th Jan is Tevar. So in a calendar year, in 14 months, I've given the audience 4 films. I would like to believe even they would say, "Thode der baad aao yaar."
Okay,
as much as they like me, they would want to wait for me to give them value for money now when I come back with something more incredible. And I've reached that position where I can be picky and choosy. Like you said, I've had a decent run. So it allows me now to not go chasing. I can wait.
But that would mean that starting from now, when you'll start shooting, you said something in the next
in
2 or 3
June.
in June. That would mean that your next release will then have about the same gap as 4 movies,
Correct.
14, 15 months, right?
So it'll be nice to see how the audience reacts then. It's always good to know whether they still are excited to watch you or not. You got to take chances. You got to take risks. You got to be brave.
So you're saying you're going to experiment with even this. Besides hair, you also will experiment.
Yeah.
You'll also experiment with your movie release timings now.
You know, I just wanted a break for a couple of
So it's
months.
happened.
And it's happened. And I'm grateful for it because it gives you good time for introspection and to go spend time with your family and your loved ones and invest in technology and fool around with that.
So you're doing both, right?
Yeah.
Loved one and technology,
Yes.
both together. Okay, now two
The
quick
love is
questions.
pending still.
That we'll know. We about have a few more minutes left, then we'll find out from you. Two quick questions. Now, this is that typical one which I'm supposed to do because the audience loves these two questions. Okay, I've been doing this for a while, and
I
once
am
in
single
between-
if that is part of it.
Okay, right. No. We won't make it that easy for you,
Okay.
yeah, right? Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
You're single?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
You mean? Okay. All right. So we will go back to.
He knows so much about my life.
Okay.
He's
So
definitely a gossip geek as well.
yeah, I'm actually doing a new show called Gossip Guru also. So this part of the interview will go there. Right?